Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Mattel Wal-Mart exclusive WWE Superstars Papa Shango. Now before we get into it here, let's first take a look-see at both the front
and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, Papa Shango comes with a pair of open hands so he can smack you upside the head if you give him any lip. And much like The Undertaker, I'm not sure if I'd want to give good old Papa Shango any lip, especially if he's practicing some of his voodoo hoodoo magic, if you know what I mean. That said, much like The Undertaker, he does also come with a fist hand for his left side and a secondary grip hand for his right side with the thumb up, much like the Masters of the Universe Origins figures or the Masters of WWE Tournament figures we've looked at before. That said, considering he's got 3 grip hands, I am a little bit bummed we did not get his voodoo hoodoo stick that he is known for carrying out. Well, he's actually known for carrying out quite a few different voodoo hoodoo sticks, but if you have the Marvel Legends Black Tom Cassidy, this is a good stand-in until you scrape up some cash to pick up one of the elite Papa Shango voodoo sticks. Or shaker sticks, whatever these things are called. But this is close, you know, close but no cigar. Feels a little small considering his voodoo stick should be touching the ground, I believe. That and if you want something a little better and maybe a little cheaper than this, I would maybe go with, now I don't know if this fits in the hands or not, but the Kenner Scavenge Predator came with a skull staff. It was not this intricate, didn't have all the little prickers on it. It didn't look like it was made out of wood, but you could always paint that up if you wanted to. Or the Scooby-Doo Witch Doctor stick, but I think that's actually even smaller than this. But, you know, just some options, because I know the Elite Papa Shango staff is probably a lot more expensive, but got to work with what we got, man. That said, he does have the better grip hands, we'll say, with the curved-in thumb, much like The Undertaker did, so I do appreciate that. He's definitely not going to be dropping anything anytime soon. That said, taking a closer look at good old Papa Shango here. As far as other accessories that are already on him, he does have the hat, which can pop off, like so. And supposedly the reason he's got all this skull face paint is because Vince McMahon said he's got a baby face. Good old Vince McMahon, you are a jerk. That said, he also has the bone necklace here, which you can just work right over his noggin. I thought. Come on. There we go. Which I think this comes from the Elite figure, so I imagine they still got the tooling for that staff. It does kind of suck we didn't get it here. That said, he does have his cape, just very well done. It's got this light blue material for the back there. There's like a bit of, not schmutz, but what do you call it? Lint or something on mine. And, it kind of spreads out like angel wings a little bit, the way it's curved. And then it's got like the Batman points on the bottom. Looks really cool. But to my understanding, he didn't actually wear this into the ring. He just kind of wore it for some photo shoots. But it's still a cool look. And then he's got the pleather up here. That looks really good. It's thin, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. As long as you don't, you know, pull on it and mess with it too much, it should be fine. That said, in order to pop this off, you got to pop off the arms. Yes, I could do. I mean, we worked the Undertaker's coat off, so shouldn't be too difficult to get this off here. Ooh. Don't want to pull on the cape though. You can just work it off like so. And there is Papa Shango, ready to throw down in the ring. Pop that in. And pop that in. One of my favorites, dude, from the classic WWF era. More or less, it was the early 90s, but you know what I mean. He's a voodoo guy with skull face paint. I'm not going to like this guy. I think he's a really cool looking character. They kind of did him wrong, the WWF, so I'm not a fan of that, but who didn't they do wrong? I mean, the list goes on, let's be honest. Doink the Clown is another one that comes to mind, which he'd be kind of cool to get in this line. Or Kamala, the Ugandan giant. Another one of my favorites, but at any rate, as far as articulation is concerned, he's got the double ball peg in the head that goes around. He looks side to side. He's got a hinge in the shoulder, goes out, back down, all the way around. He's got tattoos for days. His arms are all tatted up. Look at that. Look at that. Really well done there. He's got a hinge in the elbow, which is really tight on both of his, as well as a swivel. Of course, he has these swivel hinge wrists, which are a little loose. These two in particular. The other hands are fine. This elbow was particularly, I don't know, it's loosened up for the most part. But yeah, this hand's kind of bobbly in there, so I might eventually give him the thumb up and the fist hand or something. That said, he does have a waist swivel, pretty much as tight as the Undertaker's. He's got a T-jointed hips, go out, back down, do move forward and back. This one on mine was tight as balls, dude. I had to heat this sucker up, pop it off, and put it back on. I had to file down some of the mold degradation on there to get this thing to move freely. It doesn't, you know, click now, which I'm okay with. This side didn't do that out the package. This side was fine, but this side was really freaking tight. I didn't want it to stress out that barbell in there, even though these barbells are a much better build than the Masterverse barbells. So yeah, but definitely had to do some work on that to loosen it up a bit. That said, he does have a swivel in the knee with a hinge. This guy all around is a little bit better quality than the Undertaker. Not sure what's up with that. Maybe it's because Undertaker they made a lot more of. I don't know. But he does have a boot swivel, as well as a rocker in the foot and a hinge. And unlike the Undertaker, you can actually get that to work because there is no massive boot cuff around the ankle. And he also has pickles at the bottom of the feet. But that's Papa Shango in a nutshell. Really well done figure. Also, he's got a lot of detail on his pants. Lots of paint on this guy. I think all around this is a better release than the Undertaker. Even though I love the Undertaker more as a wrestler, he is my boy after all. Papa Shango, they just went all out for a character that not a lot of people either know or care about. Though I could be wrong. He is gaining cult status these days. So maybe Papa Shango will make a comeback one of these days. Although probably not. He's probably wicked old now. But at any rate, trying to work his costume on. He does have a elastic piece that goes under his arms to help hold everything in place. So if you'll excuse me, I'm actually going to plug those in off cam, just so I don't get anything stuck in the socket, which that could be easier said than done. Alright, there we go. Lining it up. Boom. Alright. Got one side in. Where is the loop-de-loop? There it is. You can see right here there's this little elastic kind of strap here that goes under the armpit, but it is a little tricky to pin it down because it wants to spring back. I think I got it now. Move the cape out of the way so it doesn't get caught in the socket. There. There we go. There is Papa Shango back to normal here. Maybe got this caught in there. I did. There we go. Pop that out. Put that back down. There we go. So not too difficult to pop this off, but difficult enough to where I probably should have just spared you the trouble of sitting through me struggling to get it back on. But hey, it's my video. I do what I want. That said, as far as his necklace goes, there it is. I don't remember where I put it. Just work it over his big old baby face. Like so. It's a soft, pliable material, so you don't gotta worry about that. And his hat. Which I think that's the right way. No. There we go. Gotta get that white design on the front. There is Papa Shango, dressed up to enter the ring, or just hang out backstage. Because again, that's what this costume is from. A really awesome figure. One of my favorites that they've done as far as wrestlers are concerned. If I could get that hat straightened out, that would be nice. There we go. But yeah, and don't get it twisted. I'm not going to get deep into this line. That's for my associates to be concerned with. I'm tempted to pick up Mankind, but after that, pretty much set with these. I don't really feel the need to buy anymore. I like the Ultimate Warrior and stuff, but I've never really shelled out any money for a figure of him, even though he would go good with Papa Shango, because Papa Shango did place a hex on him and made him barf behind stage. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. Pretty freaking wild. I'm very curious if we'll get a Kane or a Sting or even like a Vader would be cool. Or again, the Kamala and Doink. I'm very curious who else they'll throw in this line, because they seem to be doing a lot of classic characters. I mean, there was that Bray Wyatt in the first wave, and then I think there was somebody else that was more modern, but the past couple of waves, they seem to be doing more classic stuff, which I'm all for. I like classic WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, and this guy's no exception to that. So, with that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is Papa Shango, alongside the only other figure I've already taken a look at from this WWE Superstars line from the fine folks over at Mattel, The Undertaker. Posted that the other day. Check it out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. And then we also have a figure that you could take from the Masters of WWE Eternia line and fudge it into this one. This is the King of Kings Triple H. Though to be quite frank with you, this is actually a kit bash of the Grayskull ring Triple H with the Terror Claws and the single release Triple H with the skeleton helmet and armor and hammer and stuff. So you can't just buy them like that, nor would you want to nowadays, because these WWE Eternia figures are quite expensive nowadays. Kind of crazy, but it is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, Papa Shango being on the same base body as these two definitely fits as far as scale is concerned. And last, but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legions by the Mandibulus. With Spawn, who as usual, towers over everyone. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from not coming with his voodoo hoodoo stick to hold when he enters the ring, I mean, that is kind of a major part of Papa Shango's character, I do still really love this figure, and not gonna lie, I think he's gonna be a contender for my top 10 figures of the year. I really like this dude, even though I'm not the biggest wrestling fan in the world. I do like a lot of the old school characters that the WWF came out with, like this guy, Kamala the Ugandan Giant, Doink the Clown. There was plenty of other ones. There was a Boogeyman. He was a crazy looking guy. Of course, the Undertaker, Kane. I don't think Sting was a WWF original, or maybe he was, but I do like him as well. Big Man Vader. You know, there's plenty of characters. Mankind. There's plenty of characters that they came out with that, while I may not be a big wrestling fan, I am a fan of cool looking characters. And WWF just put out a lot of cool characters, man. I can't sit here and deny that. And Papa Shango is no exception to that. I love his design. I love the concept. They kind of did him a little goofy and a little dirty, but who didn't they do that to back in the day, right? So, with that being said, if you are a fan of old school WWF characters like myself, or if you're actually into it for the long haul, then this is a definite must-have for you. This is an awesome figure, and I think it's one that works with the WWE Eternia line because of how out there his character design is. I mean, it's a voodoo priest with skeleton face paint, a crap load of tattoos, a top hat, and a necklace made of bones. If he came with this voodoo stick, you could use that as a quasi-havoc staff, I suppose. So, again, would have been nice to get that, but we do have a lot of hands. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you are so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And if you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when Papa Shango places a hex on you and you're vomiting your guts out. I mean, I feel bad for the Ultimate Warrior, man. That must have sucked. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.